Start stream all over again. There we go. Okay, there we go. I'll just sit here a moment. Okay, I know this live stream's out of nowhere. I don't have anybody in here just yet, which is fine, because you didn't know I was coming up. Okay, so that's fine. But I did want to come up here and do a short live stream. I don't know how long it's going to take to say what I got to say. I will be back Saturday night. I had company from out of town here over the holiday weekend. That's the reason there was no show. I did announce that on the last live stream. Okay, on my last Saturday night, TFL Saturday Night Live. I did announce that, so with that being said, that's why I wasn't here, because I had company from out of town. But I want to come up here before Saturday night comes and I come back up and talk a little bit about, well, who am I to come up with TFL? How did it happen? Because people see that, oh, he's got a wife. Oh, he's got a kid. Oh, he's got another girl. He's not even TFL. And I've had this said to me many, many times. Okay. They didn't understand is they don't know me. They don't know my life. They know nothing about me. They just only know that I'm the guy that seems to be the founder of this. And they don't know how that could happen, right? Because I have a wife, I have a kid. It's just not possible for me to ever live TFL. So I figured maybe I should come up. Because I talked about a lot of this stuff before, but for people that wasn't around back when I lost my other channels, wouldn't know anything about this. Because I've had so many videos ripped down by Google. So let me come up here and do this again, okay? So who am I? Well, yeah, I'm the guy that gave you your name, TFL. And it wasn't because I've always had a woman in my life. Okay, because I was 28 years old before I ever had a woman in my life. Then you're going to say, well, how did I meet her? Okay, just so that you understand, I come from a different time era from all of you, and TFL, I believe, was probably still here as early as the young 70s, late 60s. Just nobody really recognized it or realized it because it was not like it is now, by no means. So I was born in the year of 1960, at the end of the year, because my birthday's in December. So I grew up during the 60s. And I can tell you from my experiences in school, middle school and high school, that we already had pockets of TFL then, but it was very, very, very rare. It was easier. People still socialized a lot better. There was no internet, no computers, no cell phones, no smartphones, guys. Okay. The town I grew up in is the town I'm in now, man. I had 3 TV channels until I was 16 years old. Okay. 4, 6, and 8. That was my channels, 4, 6, and 8. Until I was 16, then Cablevision came in. And the first cable TV we had 17 channels. Oh my God, we were amazed with 17 channels. When you went from 3 channels to 17 channels, that's a big increase. Okay, so, but let's get on to how I met Jason's mom. See, like you, I kept getting turned down. When I approached women, I was turned down. Happened over and over. But I didn't let it bother me. I just, okay, fine, fuck you. And I went out and fucking did things and got together with my male friends and used to go up to the mountains and go hiking, go camping, going all kinds of shit. We had a blast together. Okay, so therefore, I didn't let TFL hit me in the ass, right? When I met my ex, I didn't know I was meeting my ex. No, not at all. I had went to my brother's house and she was sitting on the couch. I was a very young adult. I went to my brother's house and she was young teen bop. teeny bop, she's like 14, 15 years old. And no, there is no call from there. Okay, so anyhow, I'm sitting there on the couch. Or she is sitting there on the couch. I don't know who she is. And I says to my brother, we were out in the kitchen. I says, so who's that teenage girl sitting on the couch in a t-shirt and panties? Where's her pants? You might want to go in there and tell her to put on some pants. That's what I told him. Didn't know who she was. Little did I know at that time that years later that would become my son's mother. I had no way of knowing that then. Okay. Well, it turns out this girl ended up taking a liking to me and was chasing me around without me knowing it. I had my own private stalker and didn't know it. Seriously, did not know it. Until probably 4.5, 5 years later, when she was now of age, which is fine with me. Then, even though I heard about it, I didn't question her about it. I saw her. She's so convenient. It was always at my brother's house. And one day she come up and asked me. She actually approached me. This is how I came to be with my son's mother. Okay? I was with her for a long time. As you know, I got my son. Well, we both screwed up. We opened Pandora's box. I'm going to be honest with you. You know how I am. I tell people the truth. We opened Pandora's box through the advice of a friend that we were hanging with and blah, blah, blah. Should have never happened. Because all it did for us was destroy the relationship and destroy us. Okay? Because I had a real close friend, like a brother to me, and he still is. But he was into the swinging life, and he had a wife, and they were swingers, and they did all these private party things. Well, that was opening Pandora box for us. We decided to go along with them on it and test it out. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I loved who I was with, but I didn't want to be blah, blah, blah. My ex, though, on the other hand, that was Pandora's box. It started all the trouble. Okay. This is when the cheating started happening. Was because of that. I didn't like the lifestyle, didn't want to live it. She did. So it was like we really fucked up on that one, right? So anyhow, I found out when we tried that I was being rejected by the other people's partners. Catch that, man. You're gonna do a swinging lifestyle. You're being rejected by the other people's partners, but she's not. I didn't like this shit. It reminded me when I was trying to date, plus the fact it was the idea of having sex with other people while your wife's right there and blah, blah, blah. She's having sex with other people. And the diseases that could come from that crap. Okay, so I didn't like it. I didn't go for it. It ended as fast as it started for me. And I seen it in the faces and the way they acted. They didn't want anything to do with me anyhow. That only party I ever attended. Only one time. Okay, never went back. Didn't do it again. Over and out. Didn't go there. But my ex, well, she took a liking to somebody that we met. It was a couple for the swingers, and she went out and did her thing, man. And that's when the cheating started. That didn't stop. Okay, and I tried to hold it together for my son because he was really, really young. He was like what, a year and a half? Okay, seriously, he was like a year and a half years old. Okay, no. So I wanted to hold it together for my son. So I tried, but the cheating kept going. The drama got going, and then I saw it in her eyes. She had lost the love that she had for me. I saw it before it ever happened. And I was doing a remodel because I did remodels for years. And I was in the middle of a remodel, and Mr. Sellers wanted me to get that place done sooner than he had a lot of work, and he wanted me to get it done sooner. And I was working full time doing other remodels for another company, another guy. So I went and got a helper through a friend of mine to come in and help me get this remodel done. Well, this guy was married, had 2 kids and a wife, and was in there 10-hour days. Easy. Took a break from my other job remodel, got them to let me go for a little bit to get that one done. Then I went back over to them. So 3.5, 4 months in this place, 10-hour days. Easy. Got to know him really well. Well, when we were done with the place, I moved on to the remodel I had to go back to, and he had no work, and I couldn't put him to work there. No. He was being evicted from his place because he couldn't get a job in time, and I felt sorry for him and his two kids and his wife, so I put him up in my house long enough for them to get on their feet. Okay? That was a mistake. That was a mistake. So the mistake was simple. This is how well you can trust people. I put him up. His wife gets a job at Walmart. I said, great, great. She's got a job at Walmart now. Now you get a job. You guys be out on your own before you know it. On your feet, right? No, because while I'm at work and she's at work, my ex and him are having a thing. Yes, sirree. That was the last straw. Okay, she was treating me like dirt. She was cheating all the time, and now she's having fun with the guy that, well, okay, so he stabbed me in the back. And that was the last straw. My only mistake was his two kids were teens. One was almost 18, the other was under it, and they had a teeny bop down the road coming down there and hanging with him and blah, blah, blah. And the one day we were out there, and my ex is always flirting with Mike in front of me. She had already cheated with him, and things over anyhow. We're fighting all the time. She's going off to work, and when I'm at work, she's at home. When I'm at home, she's at work. So on this particular day, she didn't have to work, and the fight's on, man. I'm getting ready to throw her out of my life, and this girl come down the road, and this girl's fucking playing with blah blah blah, and she took a liking to me and started flirting on me, and I decided, well, hell, let's let this girl flirt on me, just because my ex needs to feel what it's like. So I allowed it to happen. I allowed her to flirt all over me right in front of her, just to get even, I guess, is that's what you might want to call it, is getting even with her, right? Well, that was a mistake. I hate drama with a passion when you know what happened then. The fireworks started. Okay, you know what happened then, right? Okay, the fireworks started. And then the nightmare started because the teeny bop was starting to take the flirting serious and started chasing me for real. And now I was running. So now I had drama plus I was on the run. Never do that, by the way. I learned a lesson the hard way, real quick. Okay. So I'm just saying that because you want to know who I am and blah 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 blah. So I had lots of experiences in my life that way, but now I was alone again for a long time. TFL. And I discovered other people living the same problem I had. I went to Bradenton Singles up in Florida to find out the Singles Club was a swingers club, and I've already been down that road, and it was a swingers club for women, not for men. Because you went in there, and all the single women that showed up were taking off with married couples. Couples were already together. They were there to pick up a girl and take home for sex for a threesome. And of course, me, I was like always stereotyped out in 1 to 5 seconds, stereotyped out in 1 to 5 seconds, stereotyped out in 1 to 5 seconds. You all know the spill. Okay? So there I was again, back to what I was for 28 years. Then I get lucky and get a date here and there, but it wouldn't work out. Every now and again. I thought, well, maybe it's because I was already married and I got the kid. I was also rejected because I had the kid. See how that works? I wasn't looking for my ex when I found her. Okay? Matter of fact, my second date, Patty, I wasn't looking for her. She found me on Plenty of Fish. And actually worked out for about 7 months. Okay, but then that was over too. Okay, so, but then even before Patty, I'd met this girl in the Philippines. Her name was Religious. She was a school teacher. And this was after my ex, and Jason's like 6 years old at the time. I talked to this female school teacher for about a year and a half. Every day, man, she was faithful. She was online. She was over in the Philippines. I took the plunge and went to the Philippines, and this is where I met 5 American men during my trip to the Philippines that I didn't know at all, that we got stuck in layovers at airports, and we got to know each other pretty good talking, and our life stories were the same when it comes to the female gender. Duplicate. Okay? And I already knew a couple guys back where I was living. And I already knew what I was going through, and I knew the other guys had to be, and I knew how hard it was to be rejected over and over and over for the first 28 years of my life. And here I was back living this again, even though I got lucky with my wife and I got lucky a couple of times with dates that never worked out. There was never finding anybody that meant anything, and it was about learning what was really going on in society, and even my own mistakes, learning what dating really was about, what relationships was about. So I started studying to find out what the hell's going on, why is this happening, blah, blah, blah. And common sense and through caring for other people and understanding the mistakes people are making, this is where I come up with the name TFL. Because it is truly forced onto us. Because you cannot make somebody like you. You cannot make somebody love you. Love is real. Love is not fictional. Love is not sex. And for all of you that think love is sex, love and sex are one and the same, you're clearly totally wrong. This world was not always the way it is right now, and right now it is very, very, very evil and twisted and backwards. Okay? The foundation of relationships been completely destroyed, and I try to help people through my own mistakes as well so that you don't go where I went. But if you do, it's your life. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just trying to freaking, get you the understanding how I came up with TFL. And I come up with TFL because it was truly forced on men. And when I met other men with the same life as I had, being rejected all the time, didn't matter. And going years without anybody in their life, I totally understood them. I didn't get 28 years old alone because I didn't understand them, believe me. So this is why I gave it the name, True Force Loneliness. Okay, and you say, well, you're married now, but I'm not happily married at all. Okay, matter of fact, the marriage is pretty much over. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that a little bit because that's where we stand right now. The marriage is pretty much over. There is nothing there. Why? Because I don't like drama. I don't like being treated like dirt. Them are my enemies. Drama kills. Drama destroys. You have no idea the life I'm living. You don't know that I'm living a life of hell being with her. See, my heart wanted me to attach, okay, to help somebody. My heart gets me in trouble because I care. But you're going to tell me I'm weak because I care. And I differ with you. Caring about other people as much as you care about yourself does not make you weak. It actually makes you strong. The ones who are unable to care and call somebody weak are actually the ones weak. NWO and Politico and your political end and all this stuff corrupts society. The foundation of corruption is to divide and conquer. We had to create labels and names and gender roles and everything so that we could use it to cause conflict amongst the genders to divide us. But that's for a whole nother show. But the reality is when somebody treats somebody like complete dirt, you don't want to be around them. 6 of us moved from Minnesota to my hometown. My brother, my son, myself, of course Heather, and 2 close friends came with us. So there's 6 of us. Well, 5 people in the house don't want one person here out of 6. And that 5 people who don't want that one person here, that one person would be Heather. We all have the same reason, and I've been putting up with a whole lot longer than they have, and they've only had to deal with it for 3 months. They can't handle it. It has to stop. Yeah, exactly. Because she does it to everybody. She don't discriminate. Okay? So, to understand when you got 5 people with the same problem, all saying the same thing, and all want one person gone, then so is all 5 of us wrong? Are we wrong for not allowing somebody to shit down our throat and treat us like dirt? No, we're not. I've given her chance after chance, but it don't do any good because sorry don't mean nothing when you say I'm sorry and you do it again the next day. Sorry don't mean nothing when you keep saying I'm sorry and you keep doing it. I'll change don't mean anything when you say I'll change and you keep doing it. And this is the trend. This is where I'm at. Okay? Sometimes I live in my basement just to stay away from it because otherwise this is gonna be nasty drama. My ex. Now this is a new story here. I'm gonna tell you. My son's mother was the one that was here over Thanksgiving. Haven't talked to her in years since the last time shit happened. Blah blah blah. But she was the one that was here. That's right. She's learned a very valuable lesson in her life. She really has. She's coming clean for the first time in years with me and realizing what she has done to herself. And that her own son didn't want anything to do with her. No lie. Not through his dad's doing, but through her own doings. And she's actually been honest with me for the last couple of months and said a lot of stuff that was blah blah. So she took a 936-mile drive with her brother to come here to try to make amends with her son and me. Why would she do that? Well, for one, she knows I'm sick and won't be around long, so there could be a chance she's just trying to get to my son. But my son has made it very clear if there's any drama at all, he'll walk away from her and don't want anything to do with it. And she has come totally clean with me, which she has never done, okay, since we were together. Okay, and she hasn't been with the guy she remarried and she's got another child. She hasn't been with him in about 8 years and she's with nobody and she's working her tail off. And I do know my ex good enough to tell you this is a gal that'll work 16-hour days, 13-hour days every day of the week. I know her really well. And she's doing flagging, so she's coming into the slow time of year. Other than that, she's been working up in the mountains. And she's been flagging on construction, and she's been working long ass days, 2 hour drive one way to the job, 2 hour drive back, 10-hour day on the job site. So she's working long days. So, and I know my ex, I know her really well. That's something she would do, okay? Well, she drove 936 miles to get here, stayed here for 3 days, and we actually got along, which is good. The reason I'm the one that reached out to her. And the only reason I reached out to her is because I figured it this way. I know that I won't be around many more years or how much longer because I know this already because I know my health and I know what's going on. I know that my brother's health is not far behind me and he won't be around much longer. And I know that everybody on my side of the family is dead. We are the last two. So he won't really have, my son won't really have anybody left. He's got a half brother on my mom's side. Yes, because she had remarried and ain't been with him in about 8 years. So she's got he's got that kid and he's got his mother. So his mother, I reached out to her to give her one last chance to make things right. And she either makes things right for her son as I'm dying, or she can die without him in her life. I don't give a fuck. If she plays any games, I don't give a fuck. I'll drop it off. Boom, she will never hear from me again. Just that quick. So when I first made contact with her, yes, she's tried to play games with me right off the bat, and I cut it. I put her right in her spot. Then she turned around and thought she could boom, 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 and I sent her a text and told her, this is the way it is. I'm going to change my phone number now, and you won't be hearing from me ever again. Oh man, my phone rang, and then my phone rang, and my phone rang, and I didn't answer it, and I had this message, and she was crying her tail off, begging me to forgive her, that she was really sorry. Haven't heard that in years. So okay, I gave her a chance, told her on the phone, she's miles away anymore. And I'm done. I'm not going there with you. You've had your chances and you blew them all. Now, if you want to make things right for your son and you, then now's your chance. You're either going to come clean and straighten up or it don't bother me. I'll go the other way. You ain't going to affect me one way or the other. That's exactly what I told her. She knows it. She knew it was for real. So here we are, 7 months, 8 months later, and she has come down here to see her son, who she got to see, who did talk to her, okay, and she was respectful to me, and we got along. With Heather right here. Wasn't that interesting? To have Heather right here and my ex in this house. I thought that was interesting. I was waiting for the cat fight. But I'm done with Heather anyhow, so it wouldn't matter. And I'm not with her. She's back up there where she lives now. So she's not here no more. She's 930 something miles away again. That's right. Okay, but that's the reason I wasn't here this last Saturday. She was here. There was gonna be noise in the house. Jason's half brother was here. Okay, so I didn't do a live stream for that reason. That's the real reason. And I'm just coming up and letting you people know that for you TFLers, life is living HELL in today's society. Getting a woman, you already know. You've been there, you've lived it just like I have. You know how hard it is to get a female. And then if you do get a female, to get people that would treat you the way you want to be treated, it's gone, man. Care has been demolished, been destroyed. Steve Hoka's words are gold, man. You better listen to him when he tells you that. Steve Hoka's not wrong about what Steve Hoka tells you. No more than I am, and you know it from living it. But having a woman is not the answer to your happiness. Not in today's society. Your only good happiness is you're going to have to create that for yourself. And if you meet somebody, they need to like you for who you are. And you need to give it the time to get to know each other. Okay, you really do. Don't be looking, and you might run, you might meet. I'm not guaranteeing you will, but I'm telling you, if you ain't looking, you'll remove a lot of stress off your shoulders. And I know a lot of you don't want to hear that, but that is the truth. If you're not looking, you will remove a lot of stress off your shoulders. If you continue to look while you're being rejected all the time, you're only going to tear yourself down. You're going to hurt yourself more than you're going to hurt anybody else. That's all I'm going to tell you on that, okay? I'm not going to go there with people and tell them any different because I wish that everybody could treat each other properly and we could get along and that this situation would not be going on for men and women. I wish men and women could come back together again. I wish you'd realize who your real enemy is. I'd like you to understand who your real enemy is and who's done this to all of us. And that all of us should be madder than hell and going after the real enemy. And men, unfortunately, are busy throwing each other because everything's competition, man. You're all playing a game, yeah. It's a sport, an arena. And we got to keep giving one gender freaking privilege over the other. You know, when I saw this thing I screen captured today, okay, from a movie that just fucking, it was not even a movie, it was a documentary on homelessness and divorce in the U.S., okay? Let me bring this up here. I'm going to read this to you, okay, because I captured this today just because of what it was, okay? And this scene of the show, they came up and said, and this gal got divorced who's got kids, right? And she's homeless. They said in the year following a divorce, a man's standard of living rises 10%. A woman's standard of living drops 27%. Now, did you catch this? A man's standard of living after the divorce rises. In other words, he has more money. And the woman's standard of living drops 27%. Now, you want to talk about complete hogwash? A complete lie? There it is, right in your face. That couldn't be any bigger of a lie than what it is. Okay, first off, a man gets nailed with child support, in some cases, child support plus alimony. So, how do you figure his income rise 10%? And hers drop because she's collecting child support on top of working? See how we flip that upside down on its head? How we're telling you a complete lie? This is what happens all the time. So, you know, hey, I see VVS has just showed up over here. Yep. Thought he took a hyena. Looks like he's come back. Okay, so he must be through this hyena. Okay, you tell VVS he's back that he needs to come over here on Saturday night and jump into this live stream. Now, that's what you people that go over there and listen to him should be telling him. Then he needs to show up here on Saturday night for the TFL Saturday night live stream and anticipate in that live stream. Since VVS has made an appearance back, let's see if VVS will ask for the information to make an appearance on the live stream. I think that should happen, so I wouldn't mind having him on. I'm not going to have any controversy with anybody. I want to bring the manosphere together. And so, yeah, now you understand why I wasn't up here for Saturday. And to anybody that has any questions on that, of course, they can ask it. So look forward to Saturday Night Live this coming Saturday. We'll be back up, and I hope to see people there. If you want to ask me stuff, then I didn't do this live stream, or anybody can call in. Okay, so if anybody tried to come in, they would have found out they couldn't get in because I'm not hosting a meeting with this live stream. Okay, so with that being said, guys, I'm going to get on out of here because I come up to talk about what I talked about. And for those who missed it, they can go back, but I will be back up here Saturday night for you. And the TFL Saturday Night Live stream will be on Saturday coming up, and then we will be back every week. And for those who've missed this live stream, it shouldn't be all that long. Go back to the beginning after it goes up. It'll be up shortly. And you can hear what I've talked about, and then you understand a little bit more about what's going on. Okay? And with that being said, I guess I'll see everybody around Saturday. And VVS is up, so go ahead and go over and check him out and leave him some comments and tell him to get his butt over here Saturday night. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Then you could hear him over here too, because I don't dislike the guy, just don't like just totally being ignored because the manosphere needs to stop throwing each other under the bus, and we need to be here for the right reasons, not the wrong reasons. Wrong reasons being here for fame, for popularity, or for money, because we're all leaving these problems, and the people that are living these problems aren't caring about that. What they're caring about is the problem they're living. But with that being said, I'm going to get on out here, guys, and I'll see you Saturday night. And until then, y'all have a good one.